Oh, okay, now it works. Good. So this is an exhibition between Paradox and Snowbear. Snowbear is a big pioneer of doing these key item randles. He's like asking everyone to do them. So basically, so we could get more testing done. While Paradox is an esteemed member of the community, also known for his Crystal Cinco Bingo runs and other bigger meme runs. So for the starters we have a Pichu, a Tentacool and a Drowsy, which are all not great options, because this race will go to red, so basically it means full game. So you actually need a passable main, not something to only bring you to the 7th Shim at most. And the first key item we pick up is the Mystery Egg from Elm. And because of the way we wanted the progression to go, there's like two or three changes to the ROM itself. So after you get the key item from Mr. Pokémon, which is replacing the Mystery Egg, we can immediately proceed with the story and don't need to go back to Elm to name your rival, which also makes hilarious things with him still being question mark throughout the entire game. And then the cut tree in Ilex Forest is also removed, so you can progress through there and just walk and proceed with the story. So another thing is if you get the squirt bottle early, like in the first 2 or 3 key items, that means you can progress faster to Exotique. And another thing to consider is that there's multiple ways to solve the race, which also involves going into Kanto to find key items to progress in Johto. So far on the first routes, nothing too runnable. At least from Route 1. Route 29 or 30 has a Corsola, which is also not good. And Paradox on the right is coming up to his first key item of the run, which is the bicycle. Which means, because he now has the bicycle, oh, it's a bit loud, okay, I can turn it down. Okay, this is better? Oh, I should actually maybe also put this up. Alright, is this better now? I'm literally a bit off because I wasn't supposed to commentate alone for now, but yeah, okay. Better, that's good. So with the bike, Paradox has the ledge in advancing faster, while Snowbear opted to look for runnable Pokemon as mains. And he caught an Octillery, which is quite good with its bulk, but its moveset doesn't look very promising. While Paradox caught a Kadabra, which has potential if it has really good moves, but as usual it's a physical Kadabra. To no surprise of anyone who's doing Crystal Bingos. Paradox is coming up to the first trainer, which is a required fight, and he's quickly dismantling them with his Tentacool, because both of them are non-fully evolved Pokemon, so they don't pose too much of a threat. And now Snowbear also picks up the bicycle. He's gonna be happy about that. So with all of this, we sat down with the creator, basically with the creator of the logic, and categorized every key item, and the requirements of every key item, because sometimes they can be really wonky or not as obvious as it should be, because it's so convoluted and so automatic that you go to the key item locations. How does the game handle logic levels? The logic of the game does not include the levels of the trainers, so there is a possibility to be required to do Kanto badges before doing all of the Johto badges, because there can be an item in the rocket sequence, and the rocket sequence triggers with any 7 badges. So there is a possibility that you have to beat up a lot of Kanto with a level 30 Pokemon. That what Sepros in chat says is also true. You're only forced to go to Kanto after Whitney, so you have gonna add a no early Sabrina option. That's probably fair, because Sabrina can definitely kill runs when she's coming this early. Also, oh, there's a Zapdos on Route 30 that Paradox did not find. This could prove to be a good main. Starting out with Solar Beam, which is not too good, I guess, but it's workable. Paradox finding a Charizard in Sprout Tower with Earthquake, which is a really powerful move. Zapdos came with Headbutt, which puts Snowball in an interesting situation. Does he go for the Headbutt Pokemon, which is a guaranteed level 10 Pokemon, or does he train up the Zapdos? Paradox, on the other hand, got a not bad Charizard, with Earthquake being a really powerful move, and Spore to support, more or less. I mean, there is an option to not make the Super Rod appear early, which is what we use in this exhibition. Because if you get the Super Rod super early, it makes the game really unbalanced. For example, if you climb Sprout Tower and the item on top of Sprout Tower is the Super Rod, you basically go into Violet Water, fish that 40 up, and it carries you through the entire game. It's somewhat like doing Roamer strats, where you get a really strong main in the beginning to just steamroll through the entire game. Levels are definitely... Kenya does indeed have the boosted experience you get from traded Pokemon. Yeah, it also comes with disobedience, so... Another thing to remember, if you go to Kanto early... Like, for example, if you go to Kanto early and never get back to Ekritique, you can have it that your traded Pokemon goes over the level mark of 30, which is the Hive Badge, and you never really reach Morty's Gym, which would set the obedience to 50. So you have to fight with the disobedience strats, which are like, you can get put to sleep, it can decide to use another move than it's supposed to use. And all kinds of funny stuff. I want to argue that Sabrina is the easiest gym leader of Kanto to do, except for Janine. Like if for example, Surge is way harder because he has 5 Pokemon compared to Sabrina's 3. Paradox is climbing Sprout Tower to get experience there and to get the key item on top, which is not necessarily Flash. And Snowbell caught a Tentacruel. Interesting. A pretty good moveset for the Tentacruel though. But I don't think he will switch from the Zapdos, because if the Zapdos gets any move, it's immediately good. Really good. Yeah. And he can't. Basically, what you quote-unquote can do, Golden Roots, is if... Yeah, the first key item was the bike, which is really nice for movement, but there's some people that forget you have the bike early, so they walk everywhere anyway. Yeah. Right, Snowbell is going shopping before sending Sprout Tower. I think Paradox did not go shopping yet. So he can use the advantage of having found the protein in the tower to have more money to buy healing items. So chat, is there any hope that you have for key items in specific places to make this race either unbearably long or really short? So there's a multiple of key items that you don't need to finish the game, which is the rods. You don't need the rods to finish, you don't need the mystery egg to finish, you don't need the coin case to finish, you obviously don't need the blue card to finish. And this to be the scoreboard for Chaos 7. That's a good point. So the rocket symbol being on means that the rocket sequence in Radio Tower has not been done. And I don't know if it's the intended use, I will use it as such. The trophy sign is going to be the if they have beaten the Elite Four, because beating the Elite Four also unlocks the key item, which is the SS ticket, which is what usually gives you your first Kanto access in the vanilla game. And yeah. I mean, there's always hope if they have to go to Kanto early, that the seed is going to be really fun to watch. Alright, Paradox got the basement key on top of Sprout Tower, which is... Okay, which one is the basement key? I think this one. No, that's a card key. That's the basement key. That is an evil possibility. If the first item is the pass and the second item the squirt bottle, it could mean that you have a long track in Kanto to do. Alright, Paradox finished the tower a bit earlier than Snowbell did, but he walked away with his Charizard way earlier. Paradox finding the 9, which is a Wobbuffet with T-Punch, which is a move Snowbell's Zapdos would like to have, but sadly does not. They don't know what the key items the other person has. Basically, they're Wild Wild West. Right. Paradox's Charizard is trying to learn Poison Sting, which is not the best move to use. Snowbear also got the basement key. Paradox is now fighting the Faulkner, who has a Kingdra in his lead with Blizzard as its move. Which is not too bad for Paradox himself, but can spell Doom for Snowbear because his Zapdos is weak to Ice type attacks, which Paradox can resist. Paradox handily demolished Faulkner, who gave us TM31, which is Swift. Not too good of a move, but if you have move foo problems, it's a possibility to teach. Alright, what Golden is commenting on what Golden would said. Technically, most other gyms in Kanto are locked behind behind more key items than just accessing Kanto is, because you can fight Sabrina as you basically just go there and fight her. And the only other gym you can quote unquote do that is Janine, where you have to go through Lavender, as Septos said. Interesting. Snowbear taught Gust over Headbutt instead of Flail, I guess. Exactly. What Septos said. Most of the time, one of the gyms you fight in Kent early has a Pokemon you can set up on, so you don't have to suffer through over-leveled mons fighting with level 20 pokes. Because what people mostly forget in bingos, because it doesn't matter too much in bingos, is that X items exist. Which can give you a sizable opportunity to beef yourself up. Yeah, I think it's really wonky to implement that. Oh, Paradox just found TM26, which is Thunder. He opted to teach it to the Charizard over Triple Kick, which is a good idea because generally Triple Kick is relatively bad. Oh yeah, Snowbear will be very happy about finding that Thunder TM. I don't remember who I talked with at that point. Oh yeah, they both got the card. Okay, I forgot to mark that. I'm sorry. So what both card and basement key mean is basically you need the card key to finish the rocket sequence, because you need to have that item to fight the right side of the radio tower, and the basement key allows you to go into the basement, which in the Synco Bingo settings with the disabled rocket sequence is always open to be accessed, for example, for the Rival 4 fight and for the items in there. So this basement, so that is also a locked key item, which sometimes can lead to an item you need to progress. Is there a link to this by chance? There is a link to this key item site itself, which is this one. This is not having randomized badges. We decided with each other that we don't want to do randomized badges because it's not viewer friendly and it can make seeds really wonky. Yeah, that's what Guroots just got up is the Synco Bingo Discord, and this is the site where you can create your own key item randomized ROMs, but you need the speed choice version that is in the Discord itself. Snowbear just a bit behind Paradox on the progress here, but he should be able to catch up fast with this Thunder Zapdos. But with the main both of these runners have, it should be easy to go through the progress to at least Goldenrod. Yeah, I think that's because the randomized badges need more testing than the general item placement of the key items, which is why. Oh my god! I just did a boo. Okay, we should be back fine again. Yeah, we are from test really confident that the item randomization, yeah, the badge randomization adds a big complexity. Like for example, in the race that Sephiroth quoted earlier that I watched yesterday, the badge for Fly, which is the Storm badge, was located behind Cut, which was locked in the basement of the Celadon, no, not Celadon, Goldenrod Market, which the key for was locked behind going over to Cyanwood, which is really out of the way to get that key item, the item that is normally the secret potion from the medicine vendor. So it was basically a big old detour all over the world to get the accessibility to the badge that allows you to fly. And on Paradox's side, he's facing an Ho, which also has thunder. Which sadly dismantled his Charizard because Paradox got paralyzed and couldn't move. I mean, it is fun to watch, but it's not fun to play. Personally, I think. And Paradox is about got a lot of levels on his Tentacool because the Tentacool was able to defeat the Ho. Oh, the Ho was the level 13. That explains a lot. I don't think Snowbear's gonna have as much issue with him as Paradox has. So the key item Rando is really fun to play. Alright, both entering Bugsy at almost the same time, with Bugsy leading a Chansey as his first Pokémon. Interesting enough, Snowbear opted to save while Paradox skipped the save, and Bugsy's second Pokémon is a Mewtwo, which can cause trouble. Charizard is trying to learn Mega Horn, which is a good coverage move. And he also has an O. That is absolutely stupid. But both are leaving the fight at the same time because Paradox just rolled a crit on Bugsy. On Bugsy's Ho, which means he could kill that Ho, which he couldn't before. They both received TM49, which is... I missed the move actually. It's really interesting to see Snowbear save often while Paradox is just going up ahead with his progress. But yeah, none of Rival's Pokémon really pose a threat for either of the runners. So far. Alright, Snowbear and Paradox just picking up the old rod, which is not a useful key item in these. Now the big question we ask ourselves while we are going through this once we're at this point is, do we have to go to Kanto via the magnet pass, or do we get the squirt bottle to go through Johto further? Because one option is way more tempting than the other. Alright, Paradox goes shopping first in the market, where Snowbear is starting to check all the key items in Goronwoods. And he found the lost item in the bike place. Alright, Chad is wants Kanto. I secretly also want Kanto. But we will see. The lost item could hint to Kanto. Okay, so the lost item gives access to the magnet pass location at the Mimic Girl in Saffron. So basically, it's an item you get in Kanto. It can mean that they have to go to Kanto to fetch that item, but they don't have to finish Kanto itself. Interesting that Snowbear opted to enter the underground from the top, while Paradox entered it from the bottom. Right, so the coin case item is the red scale, which is also a key item that has not many uses for progress. And Paradox is also gonna pick up the red scale. So there's 2 more key items left in Goronwood, which is Buena's, the item you get from Buena to make Buena's Pass, which is normally the blue card, or the squirt bottle itself could be either the squirt bottle or the magnet pass to have progress. Oh, he got the lost item. Okay, I missed that. Sorry. Moment of truth. The Buena's password item is the squirt bottle. It's fine, Sepros. Boo hiss, no Kanto. I mean, there's still a possibility that they need to go to Kanto early to progress after Morty. Kenya in this race is not really good. Okay, because of the way Paradox routed, he enters Whitney's gym first. But he has the key item, but Snowbear has the key item advantage because he already went up the radio tower to get Buena's item. Oh, the Slowbro from Whitney has Hydro Pump, which spells doom for the Charizard. One of the mod TMs was Shadow Ball. That is where Paradox picked up Shadow Ball. Good to know. Snowy is thinking about teaching it to Zapdos, but he holds off for now. When he's stocking up on X items, just in case. Oh, what Gonwu says, there's big hopes that they need to go to Kanto anyway to fetch Surf. Somebody's already preparing for it. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. Because of Slowbro's higher defense and lower special defense, Thunder is the stronger move to use on it. Oh no, that Pain Split must hurt. Not damage-wise, but inside. I mean, also damage-wise, but also. It doesn't really spell Doom for him. And Paradox gets the Plane Badge, which allows him to pick up the item that's behind the Squirt Bottle. And it's also in Badge Randomizer, you also need the Plane Badge to get the item from the Flower Shop. Which is also an interesting quirk in the programming of this video game. Alright, and Paradox picks up the Mystery Egg. Which reveals to him that the progression to go further is locked behind going into the radio tower and get the password from Buena, or rather get the card that would be the password item. What both runners do is picking up the radio card, which is needed to progress further in Kanto later on. Alright, Snowbear also picking up the Plane Badge, which ties their progress once more. Wait, did Paradox miss the Squirt Bottle item? Snowbear is picking up the Mystery Egg. I think Paradox might have forgotten about the item. Or is he going? He's going to the raid. Oh, okay, everything is fine. We're back on track. Or does he? No, Paradox, no. Alright, Snowbear picks up the SS ticket in the item find location, which gives hope, quote unquote. Oh no, that's not the ticket, that's a blue card. That's the ticket. Which gives hope that we might have to go to Kanto to progress further with the story. Oh, wait. Paradox, that doesn't... That is... I did not know that that's how it works. Huh, interesting. But this is generally not a place where you want to be with the level 24 Charizard. He's doing it for the fans. Quick question, Golden Woods. He can't access the item that's behind that the director would hold right now, right? But someone that is indeed correct. So he's I need to do something real quick. Oh, that's okay. But he pulled through and defeated Rival 4 with a quote-unquote really weak team. But then he realized that's not the path he has to go. I hope he remembered where to go. But that gives him a nice boost in experience. No big deal, free experience. Snowman picking up HM04, which is our first HM, but it literally does us nothing right now. He's opting to teach it to Zapdos. Paradox found TM35, which is not the key item he wants. also cannot leave that way because of the closed door there. Yes, and he doesn't have escape rope, so he has to take the long track back. He did get a Master Ball, indeed. Alright, and the two roamers are a Slowbro and a Miltank, with the static Suicune being a Lickitung. Both not... No, so the key item is only there once you started the rocket sequence and got the... and basically got the director kidnapped. This guy knows his cries. This guy has played Pokemon for 20 years, so he does indeed know his cries. Zapdos is trying to... I'm not going to give you a Jinx Cry. I could never do the Jinx Cry of Keys Justice, so I'm not gonna do that. Now here's the quote-unquote thing, because of Paradox not having ran many of these, he does not really know that Buena gives the key item, which is detrimental for a lot of runners when they start out. Can I pause? So one small thing with the key item rando is if you click the items in the rando, it's in the tracker itself, there's also two maps next to it, which give you all the locations you can check at that moment. But not this Magna Pass. Kinda hilarious that he got lost so much that he got the bike shop call while not having left Golden Road. For the explanation, I just used my quote-unquote exhibitor rights to tell him to go back to Radio Towers, because then he's not locked behind that progress. Right, I just talked with Paradox. He did not know that this item was accessible before before defeating the rocket, so he did not have this on his mind. And Snowbird just ran into Aroma, which is the Miltank, which is a potential main swap. Especially if he has to go into Kanto and maybe beat up some Kanto gym leaders, he can use it to... Never mind, he's killing it. I mean, it's good experience. It's like, it got in half a level, which is pretty good, I guess. I personally would have taken the buddy for eventual Kanto shenanigans. Alright, Paradox is gonna pick up the SS ticket right now. So he's right behind quote-unquote Snowbird. Snowbird picking up HMO2. And I think he also... maybe... so miss I think in the tracker. Right, so Artillery is now able to fly. And now we have the moment of truth. Do we need see Kanto? We do indeed maybe see Kanto, because we got a secret potion right now. But wait, progress-wise we see Kanto, because there has to be... the HMs for Surf has to be in Kanto now, because they... or is in the rocket... in the radio tower. Whoa. He cannot do Chuck first, because he can't surf over there. Septros. He had these. He might have to get some Kanto badges. It's not no. Maybe he gets surf over there. Just because what's locking him right now in progress is having the ability to surf. Surf could be in the Super Rod or in the pass slot exactly. For now I'm alone. Well, Paradox is picking up HMO4 now, which means he also sees the possibility of having to go to Kanto. Yeah, Surf could indeed be in either of these slots, because we have the lost item already. If we didn't have the lost item already, and Surf is not in the Super Rod slot, which is really inconvenient to get away from again, that could mean we need to beat Kanto badges. Wait, what? Wait, Rival is invisible because he already beat Rival 4. That is very interesting to know. Good to know. That is absolutely hilarious. Today we learned something new! Can't believe Paradox is fighting a ghost of the past. Yeah, going roots, but Snowbird with them having access to Jasmine, they would have 7 badges for the rocket tower, for the radio tower takeover, which means they could have to do radio tower. Exactly, because they already got the secret potion. I mean, it's fine. Now you guys, by the way, now you guys see that it's not easy to keep track of what they're able to do, because because it just convolutes a lot. There is Entei in the basement of Burnt Tower. Now I think I know where the tower burned down. But Jasmine is also a fight that can be hard if her Steelix replacement is a really good poke. I mean, instead Snowbear is missing all of the Thunders right now. While Paradox is slowly progressing through Morty's gym. I actually wonder if he's going up the tower first to give the secret potion away once he's reaching Olivine, or if he's going to Kanto first. Because both are viable options. Alright, Snowbear just got the mineral badge, which means he's at 5 badges. Sub our Jasmine. Paradox won in the getting the bike shop call department, like by a mile. And the moment we all waited for, we are going on an adventure on a boat. Where will this boat take us? Why sure, it will take us to Vermilion City, which is Kanto. I sound way too hyped for that. So, any key items on the boat? No, there's no key items on the boat. And I think it's this randomizer only that you can take the boat back for, like, basically every day. Normally the boat only takes you from Kanto to Johto on Wednesdays and Sundays it is, I think. So yeah, basically you don't need the pass to go back to Johto. The one required fight on the boat did not look too bad. So I think Paradox should also get it once he's there. Right now he's fighting the last trainer before Morty. Snowbear's not getting a free metal coal, which is a thing. So another thing about them having access to Kanto early means they already can collect the fly points for the fly HM that they have to later get my brain is not working anymore, sorry. Right, it's working again. So they can fly back. So one change of the randomizer is also the fact that they can just fly between Kanto and Johto. You can lose it to progress? That is good knowledge. I honestly never try losing fights to progress somewhere. That's also something that I got told in another race. Alright, Snowbear is picking up the TM29, which is Tri-Attack. Setting a save point for that area. Snowbear is giving the lost item back, which is HMO3, which is Surf. Which means he now can go back to Johto to progress normally, or he can opt to still check the Super Rod item to maybe get something good there. And it looked like he's checking the Super Rod item. Maybe? Alright, Paradox is picking up both the Secret Potion and Fly now in Northern. Of course, the one required fight in Kanto to go back from the Super Rod has a Mewtwo. The Mewtwo still has Zap Cannon. Alright, Paradox is also climbing up the Lighthouse to immediately give the Secret Potion back to Jasmine. One hour in and they haven't been beaten Shark. What is this? A casual playthrough? Right, Snobe is picking up the machine pot, which is also an integral. No, that's item finder. No, machine pot. Yes. Which is also an integral part to the progress later on, because giving back the machine part unlocks them having the ability to get the extension module in Lavender, which they need to get to the entire left side of Kanto. Snowbear seems like he might try to give the machine part back and go through. He is indeed going through Rock Tunnel. Or is he? Alright, he is. It was just... I also always still pick up maps for the Dark Caves. I remember why he's doing that, because I told him that there's one troll. I told both of them that there's one troll location in this ROM. And he might think it's this one. Okay, so basically the logic puts that item... It's basically like, so you want to say Golden Roots is like skipping the lamp in Link to the Past. which means basically that the dark rooms are not required by logic, but you can get through them if you're good. I'm actually not sure where he is right now. I think he's almost through it. Alright, he got through it, so he now can... Wait, did that... I feel like that was a Hitmontop that just blew up. Alright, now we see that we can also progress the story when we wipe, which Paradox just graciously presented us. Alright, time for Snowman to go back through Rock Tunnel to check whatever is over there. To go back to Johto to find that there. Yes, you have fly, Snow, but just get fly. But he might opt to get the Silver Wing item, which is really out of the way. Paradox also got HM03, but Paradox is going immediately back to Johto, I think. Yeah, he's immediately going back to Johto to progress regular Johto progress. Which makes more sense, I guess. Alright, Snowbird picked up the blue card. Which, while blue, does absolutely nothing. Alright, Snowbird is about to go unlock Misty to fight. Where Paradox is going over the water to Cyanwood to quote-unquote progress normally with the story. I actually don't know which decision I like more. They both have their merits, but I think one of them is clearly better than the other. Paradox just picked up the Silver Wing, which, while technically giving accessibility to the Lugia down Whirl Island, right now gives him absolutely nothing because he does not have the HM or the ability to use Whirlpool. I mean, sorry. Snowbread is fighting a Zapdos, but Zapdos' level up moveset was not really good, so he should not have too many struggles with it. And a teaser right afterwards. Wow, the Ho just quote-unquote upgraded from Thunder to Zap Cannon. Yeah, Paradox is suffering. At least a bit. Alright, he's going for round 2 with the Ho. This time it's using Vine Whip, which does considerably less damage than Zap Cannon. Oops. That Bliss is a lot of experience for Snowburst Charizard, which was about to start falling behind because of Snowbear getting a lot of bonus experience, but is now back on track to be the same level. And Paradox here is about to fight the start with Chuck. Defeating Chuck means that he can use Fly, which also means that he has a lot of mobility at his hand all of a sudden. Alright, Paradox just picked up the Storm Badge. And he also picks up the paths, which gives him another means to traverse between Kanto and Johto, but he should not really need that. And Snowy just picked up HM01 as the lost item location. So both of them now have their different paths to progression. Wait, Paradox got that item. So right now Paradox is descending into Rocket Hideout, which also is required to do the... It claimed the life of the fisherman. Indeed, it just ate up the fisherman. There's one key item down here in Rocket Hideout, which is the replacement for the Whirlpool HM, but there's also the means to unlock the gym in Mahogany, which is definitely required to get all 16 badges, but which may also be required to get the 7 badges, which probably is at this point, to initiate the rocket takeover sequence in Radio Tower. Snowbear just casually surfed over to Cyanwood. So, from on-paper progression he's behind, but he laid way more foundations to a lot of stuff. So, I would say he's still ahead. Definitely not on paper, but in general. He's also now way over leveled for all of these fights. And Paradox also being over leveled for all of these fights because the rocket trainers are designed in that way so that after Acrotique you can basically progress in both directions. You either go to the left where we usually go to get Fly and do the lighthouse sequence, or you go to the left and do the shiny into Mahogany. And that is the reason why both Price's gym and Chuck's gym are similarly leveled, and B, why all of these trainers are absolute weenies. You wish you could buff these trainers? Thanks, Card. I really need it because I got ditched by my co-comp. Alright, Zapdos just try to learn Wine Whip, which is not a move you really want on a Zapdos. And now Snowbear is also picking up the Stone Badge. And Charizard is trying to learn Sing, which is way worse than the Spore he unlearned earlier. Snow is also gonna pick up the pass, which neither of them really needs anymore. If they need to go to Johto, to Kanto, they can just fly over. Wine Whip. What is even different about this shiny? There's a sentence that every one of us already said. Once or twice, or 10 times. And Paradox just picked up another sleep move. Paradox is about to be finished with Rocket Hideout just as Snowbear is entering it. Alright, time. After Paradox is defeating all of these electrodes in combination with Lance, he's gonna find out what key item is hidden in the basement of the rocket hideout. Alright, Chad, how was your day so far? Because we have this lull of things where they're just gonna run around and fight some fights we have already seen by now. So one of the electrodes was a Zapdos, and Snower is gonna discover that soon. Which for him is hilarious, but for Paradox it's just another Pokemon to defeat, I guess. And Lance gives us HM07, which is Waterfall, which is in this case not really required. Because you don't need to go through... You don't necessarily need to go through Johto to get to the Elite Four. Because if you have Cut and access to the left side of Kanto, you can just go from Viridian City to the Pokemon League, and basically you can also skip getting all the badges you need to go through the badge check, because the badge check is in front of the Vermilion City check. Or rather, not Vermilion, Viridian City entry. Wait, actually there's no more required key item for Snow Bear right now, because he has all the means to finish all the fights. There's only one item that would be nice to get, which is HM Flash, so you don't have to bonk through the first few rooms of... I'm just gonna put this here because he has all the required HMs. So you don't need to bonk through the entirety of the tower. Or rather, on Silver. Alright, my co-commentator just got back here, so he's gonna jump in with us soon. And then you don't have to only bear my random. Exactly, that's always a nice way to see it. Jaded Faith, they get to play an amazing randomizer and they get to have fun with their friends. I don't yet, I will have soon. Alright, Paradox is having just got his 7th badge, which means he will have the triggered rocket takeover sequence soon. Or by soon I mean now. So you can ascend the rocket hideout. He has one less fight to do because he already fought Rival 4 early. But that's still a lot of fights he has to do in Goldenrod now. welcome back, Sepros. But yeah, the radio tower fights again are really weak. So basically, since Snowbear picked Fly, he just went all over so Snowbear went all over the world and prepared a lot of stuff already, and he basically has every key item he needs to finish. Where Paradox just went straight ahead, got to Johto, got to Kanto, got served there, went back and progressed with Johto, which gives him a small edge on paper, but doesn't really give him an edge in general. Because in general, Snowbear is quite ahead. Yeah, Surf was the pass. And the Super Rod is the machine part, which is also a required item to progress further with the story. Alright, Snowbear also just collected his 7th badge, which means he gets to join Paradox in the lovely Radio Tower. Yeah, Cut was also in the machine chain. It was the lost item in Vermilion City.
Hello.
Greetings. Alright, I need to turn you up a bit, I think. Say something, please?
Hello there.
Okay. That's still a bit quite. This should be better.
Yeah, I could also move closer to my mic. I'm pretty far.
Okay. Alright.
How's this?
Oh god, that was... And like 10 years and the chat just died.
Yeah. Rest in peace, everyone.
Can also just turn Discord up, I think.
So I totally remembered that this was not at 12. So then I was like, wait, why is everyone in the group? Oh no.
Oh no! That's fine, that's fine. Now I can finally rest my voice for a bit. As you take over. So what happened basically is both are on the paper progress-wise relatively similar, but Snowbear has a lot of things prepared already. So yeah. Snowbear also has all the means, key item-wise, to finish the run, while Paradox still needs Cut and the machine part, which are both relatively close to each other in Kanto. Alright, take over. I'm gonna rest my voice a bit.
So I also see that they both have accomplished all the Johto badges, but they still haven't done any of the Kanto ones yet. I imagine there's no early Kanto in these, or are they just going through Johto
There is early Kanto in this. They had to go to Kanto to get served to progress further.
Ah, I see.
And the lore of the mains is that both found their mains on Route 30.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I see Snowbear running a pretty sick Zapdos.
Yeah, there was a TM for Thunder in Union Cave, which gave him a lot of leeway. Now he's missing all the Thunders.
Well, as soon as I come in, his Thunder is useless now. He just switched to Surf instead. Yeah, it's very understandable. After seeing a 70% move fail 3 times.
I mean, that's still within the statistics.
Still not as bad as a certain weatherman getting hit by 15 out of 17 Zap cannons.
Yep. Now I wonder... Also another thing that you missed, which is now relevant, is that Paradox fought Rival 4 early. Because he thought he couldn't access the basement item early. Which he cannot, but now he has to do one less fight. Which at his current level is not hard, but... And he did it first, was it like 24? Which is really hard at 24 to do.
Oh yeah, because Rival's Pokemons are in the mid-30s, right?
Mm. Or rather around 30.
Yeah. I don't remember exactly. I think it is main is 34, something like that.
It's I think his highest is 32. There's the 35 rocket boss though. Also they picked up the card cannon and I forgot what it was. Card cannon was a clear bell, right?
If they wait, Clear Bell? That means they can go up Tin Tower, right?
Exactly.
Or they see Hello. Now they can switch their flying mains with another flying main.
Maybe it's a flying main, maybe it's also a Caterpie.
I don't know, level 60 Caterpie, that's pretty worth it, right?
Yeah, sure. So another variation we see right here is... or rather I assume... No wait, that's the item finder. Clear Bell. I mistook the items. The Clear Bell is the item they find in the which Paradox is gonna find in the basement. But I think Snowbear is not gonna go into the basement because he doesn't need any more key items. to finish the game.
But he just needs plot progression at this point.
He basically just needs to go through the plot and fight all the gyms, defeat all the trainers, do the Elite Four. While Paradox still needs to find both Machine Part and Cut, with Machine Part being at Super Rod and Cut being the lost item that you can get when you give the Machine Part into the power plant.
And now the only reason he needs Cut is just to go through Erica's gym, right?
And
as well as getting the machine.
And to access the left side of Johto. Kanto, I mean, sorry.
Yeah, because you have to cut down a tree to get into the power plant, right?
You don't. You can also go
Oh, you
through
go through a rock tunnel.
Which is what Snowbear did in the dark. Which is something he said he never wants to do again. So they don't need to go to Dragon's Den, which is a speed choice change. So they just go in there and pick up they basically get the badge from Claire instead of having to do the test.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a very nice quality of life change for that.
Yep.
Because that was always a pain to do. And is, if I recall correctly, one of the only times you ever actually need to use Whirlpool in this game. Because everything else...
It is literally the only time you need to use it.
Because everything else is just side content that they wall off with it. And then Tojo Falls is the only use of Waterfall you need to use.
Yep. There's a lot of zappy dogs on deployment of Team Rocket though.
See, which is funny because you would think they would be doing a more competent job, but turns out they still suck.
Yep. Alright, with Snowbear defeating the Rocket Executive, he's done with Team Rocket, and Team Rocket is no more. And he's receiving a coin case for his benefits.
Now, for the sake of these key item randos, Snowbear is already in go mode, and he still had to clear the rocket hideout, or rocket invasion rather. Is that just a rule of the race that you have to do?
Yes. So basically, because it doesn't skip the rocket sections, you need to do the entire progress, or else you can't enter Claire's gym. There is an NPC standing in front of the gym being like, I can't let you enter, it's too dangerous, there's an issue in Goldenrod City, which you have to solve beforehand. I think it's something like that.
But how come the badge is already marked for both of them? Or is that just how it looks when it's unmarked?
It looks the same when it's marked, like it's just the eyes get glowing red, and yeah.
That was tripping me up. I was like, oh wow, they've beaten Claire's gym, but they're still doing their hideout segment. Or, not hideout, invasion segment. So will we see Snowbear skip the waterfall TMS here? Yep.
Yep.
So he doesn't need any key items.
No, I was talking about another guy, Thunder Wizard. So basically, the guy that's selling you Rage Candy Bars in Vanilla disappears once you fight the executive up top radio tower, I'm pretty sure. And then you can theoretically progress to Blackthorn, but there's an NPC blocking for the gym. If I'm correct.
I wouldn't know how those triggers work because I'm used to having the nice skip rocket segment on.
Yeah.
Since that segment's quite boring, even if
Yeah.
it's randomized, because it just drags on.
I mean, especially if it's randomized, because it's higher leveled weenies. Or rather, lower leveled good Pokemon, which are still weenies.
Nothing like seeing a level 20 Mewtwo when it should really be like mid to high 30s at that point.
Yep. Oh, that roller is actually worrying on Paradox's side.
Oh no, and he misses the thunder. Oh, there you go. Yeah, nothing like being allergic to rocks and then running into a rollout Pokemon.
And missing one thunder after the other while being please have mercy. Hey, now if Paradox wants Sludge Bomb back, he can maybe teach it. Because Team 20 is Sludge Bomb. Also, as you just saw, that TM 41 was Shadow Ball, which is one of the mod TMs.
Oh. It's a really solid Mark TM.
Exactly.
Especially on a Charizard.
Yeah.
And even Zapdos, because Zapdos also has really respectable attack.
Yeah. So for Paradox especially, because they both pick different rivals, so he has to fight a Hypno on every rival fight.
Oh. So that was definitely a very good pickup.
Yep.
I'm not sure if he would really teach Sludge Bomb at this point, just because his moveset is already really solid.
Yep.
As a mixed attacker, and aside from having a super effective hit on grass pokes, I don't really see a need for him to.
Yeah, and I think the only thing he would want to teach is Stab, indeed. And then probably over Shadow Ball, I think?
Yeah, if he like learns Drill Peck, I could see him picking it over Shadow Ball
Drill
at that
Peck
point.
or Flamethrower.
Maybe even over Thunder at that point. Although he might be
only
afraid of waters.
Yeah, he would... Nah, I mean, which water would give him issues?
Probably anything that's bulky on
Maybe
the
Mantine.
defense side.
Mantine. And I think that's it. Mantine Gyarados.
Yeah. It's definitely a judgment call at that point, because that moveset's already really solid.
Yep.
It's pretty hard to top something like that. And I doubt he'd reset, cone, remove surf, and then just teach over that, but...
Probably not. Snowbell just kissed the... Snowbell, I want to say. Paradox just kissed the director another goodbye. For being such a good radio director.
So I believe I saw Snow Bear buying a bunch of X items in Celadon, or not Celadon, Goldenrod, so it looks like if there's any possible problems that may come up, he can also just spam a bunch of stat boosts on his Zapdos to be able to clear them, so he's definitely well set up for just going through Clear's Gym, then the Elite Four, and then hopping right over to Kanto to start beating up those...
I think he will hop over to Kanto first and do Elite Four after.
Now, with the triggers, red still doesn't pop up until you beat the Elite Four, correct?
Exactly.
I believe that's how early Kanto is set up.
Exactly, so that's why I think he's gonna do all of the Kanto badges, then do the Elite Four and get the fly before he's going to the Elite Four from the Kanto side house, and then get the fly point on Mount Silver, do the Elite Four, basically get back to Newbark and just fly over to Mount Silver.
And you believe he's going to do this just because it makes the Elite Four fights a little easier?
I mean, that should not be the biggest issue. It's also a bit more of time save because you have less detours.
I see. So unfortunately, Paradox accidentally hitting that boulder down one more time than it needed to, and having to reset that floor puzzle.
Yeah, it's something that happens sometimes. Not the end of the world.
Just a 20-second time sink. Player's Ace is a very menacing Clefairy.
I mean, it has Rock Throw, which spells issues for Paradox, potentially. Also, there's an issue with the text boxes. Claire, don't mind it.
Oh. No, I think it does that normally. It's fine. Don't worry.
Okay. Right,
And if Snowbear's computer crashes, we'll know why.
It's the revenge of Team Rocket. It's the final stage of the rocket takeoff.
They're just a little mad now. They got beat by a 10-year-old.
Just a little.
So we see Snowbear is already done with Claire's gym while Paradox has to go in. So this race is still pretty close, even if Paradox still needs to find 2 more key items.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's close. I think Snowbear can relatively quick sweep from here on out.
Well, you said the machine part was along the way, right? For Paradox,
I mean, the lost the HM cut is on the way after you get the lost item. The machine part, because the machine part is that super rod, which is a bit out of the way. But Snowbear prepared a lot already, so basically he only has to do all the gyms and then can go over.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing exactly what you said. He is not doing the Elite Four yet. He's just gonna start blitzing all the Kanto gyms. Now, one thing I find interesting, since I'm more used to the bingo side, is that people don't really venture out too far from trying to upgrade their mains. So like, normally we see in like no XP runs or just like runs where the key items aren't factored into Tin Tower, is that sometimes people just go check the 40 and 60 and then blitz from there. But in this, it seems like that is definitely not a common strategy, especially since they're locked away in those key items.
Exactly. I think that's the main issue with that they can't really access them. Like they could have access maybe the Lugia if they get a Whirlpool early, but it's generally not worth it.
At that point, it's so far out of reach.
Yeah.
And it's such a time sink. So, definitely a larger incentive to find something that can make it through the end game.
Yeah.
Especially earlier on for the EXP.
With other settings, there's still the possible. Yeah, there was a legendary Miltank Roamer that Snowbear encountered, but he ate it for the experience.
Ah.
And yeah, what Scepter is saying, you generally check the 40 or and the 60 if the Tin Tower golds are on the card. But yeah, a lot of this is gonna go be gym cleanup now. For both of them. Except Paradox still has to find the machine part, but I think he might know where it is. Like there's not much more that he can check from now on. Actually, I can actually.
Yeah, they may.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. So I was gonna say there's probably only 6 checks he can do, and Paradox definitely would be someone who knows all 6 of those, or 7, right?
I think it's actually
6.
even less. It's like also funny you say that because he missed Buena earlier because he forgot that he can do Buena without having the rocket takeover happen beforehand.
Oh, you can save her before that?
I mean, you don't need to save her, you can just get her item.
Oh, I see.
Alright, Paradox got the Rising badge, while Snowbear just got the Cascade badge.
Oh, you mean the Rising badge, period, question mark?
Yes, exactly that. I'm just gonna check something real quick, because I'm pretty sure he also has to realize that he can only check one key item right now. Yeah, he has only one key item he can check right now, which is the Super Rod.
So you may see him go there now, because it looks like he is going to be riding around the right side of that.
He's teaching Flash. I think he knows... Yeah, he knows that he has to go through Rock Tunnel from the bottom.
Because he doesn't have cuts, so
yeah, he doesn't have cut, and that item has to be the cut. The Super Rod has to be the machine powder, else he can't progress with anything. Because all other key items that are available in the game are locked behind. Oh, Paradox. I mean, technically that's not a bad option, but you can skip that check. I think it's something many people know. Generally that you can just skip that check.
Also, I blinked and Snowbear already has beaten 3 of the badges, or 3 of the gyms in Kanto.
He's a busy boy.
So we see Paradox not actually checking the Super Rod, so...
Not yet, but he has to down the road. Oh, maybe he's thinking the machine part could also be add machine part, which is also a possibility.
Oh, right, because he still hasn't been up to this mystery stream yet.
Nope. I mean, he can also literally only check the machine part once he talks to the manager anyways.
Yeah. Is Poison Barb on the card?
I think it is. It's like...
Oh shit, that's bingo for him.
Oh shit. I think he's winning.
Well... Time to upgrade this to a... bingo / key item rando...
Key item bingo.
Yeah. Yeah, call 4 row 7. It's right there. I believe he's stuck in his buoy. So what's unfortunate for this is Paradox will still have to go through Rock Tunnel a second time. But luckily he has Flash.
Yep. And Snowbear bonked a lot, like it was Bonk City.
Now I imagine I would not even be able to go through in the dark. I'd need to pull up a map.
I think he pulled up a map because he stopped at the beginning and then still bonked like 500 times. Yeah, Paradox is opting to check the vanilla machine part first.
We see Snowbear entering Erica's gym now.
And he gets a blue card, which is almost the same as a green card, but it's blue.
So now we may see him probably go down to...
The Super Rod.
Leave out Route 12? Is it? I always forget the numbers, but...
Probably.
The fishing net.
I think it's Route 12, or 11, or I don't actually know. Dude, like, honestly, all the routes next to...
Oh, it is 12.
It is 12? Okay.
Oh yeah, like the numbers just get blurred.
Yeah,
And,
it's like, I think it's like 1, 2, then 3, 4. Like 1, 2, obviously, 3, 4 also obvious. And then 5 is north of Saffron, and then 6 is south, and then 7, 8 is like right and left. And then there's 9, 10, which is connecting to the power plant, and then there's, I think 11 is between Vermilion and where in red and blue the Snorlax is. Stupid.
Yeah, I honestly just use the tracker to tell me which one is which. Otherwise, I'll just be like, the one left of that, or right.
The one to the left of the right.
And does Fan Club give a key item? I thought it was just
yeah,
a
it
kid.
gives a key item. It's the lost item it gives. But for that, he needs to give the machine part back.
Ah, I see. And you see Paradox does end up getting the machine part, so now he has opened up pretty much the rest of the game. He doesn't know that he's gonna get cut, but...
I mean, he has to, because it's literally it's the last key item he can check. And it's the only key item that he needs to finish. So I'm
getting a second payday. No.
So I'm pretty sure that he is very certain that he is gonna get cut.
We see an unfortunate miss of Thunder again.
Tell me something new.
Shouts to having 70% accuracy, which really means 50 when you're using it.
Yeah, and if the enemy is using it, it means like 500%.
Yeah. Someone gets an Omega crit, which is a crit that's even more powerful than a normal crit.
Alright, so now that Paradox cleared the power plant, he can check the lost item in. And he's gonna get the radio extension, which also... Which is required to play radio tracks in Kanto, which is required to get the Snorlax that we see on Snowbear's screen out of the way.
Is that not randomized? Or did the randomizer literally just put it in the vanilla spot?
It's a vanilla sprite, always.
Ah, I see.
Because you have this, you need to have the 2x2 sprite, so it's just the vanilla Snorlax sprite, and then it's crying whatever Pokemon is. Magic.
Oh no, I meant if the expansion card is always...
Oh yeah, that is vanilla, because... yeah.
Okay. I guess that makes sense.
Because it's not a key item.
Yeah, because it would be like first
Radio
time
card
you get the expansion card, you're like, great, this is useless.
Yeah, and that's also the radio card that's also not randomized.
I see.
Maybe that's for evil settings, right?
Oh no.
We're not evil, so...
Evil settings also just randomly throw badges in there too. You beat
yeah, you
Fox
just
and you get the bike.
Yeah, could you imagine?
would be so confusing.
That would be hilarious. I don't think you can make great logic out of that though, but it's hilarious. Could you imagine you have to fight Blue to actually get like cut or something?
To get the bike. Go through the whole game without having a bike.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Or probably at that point you would not fight Blue because, yeah.
Your legs would already be so swole from all the walking. You'd just be like, I don't need a bike.
Hey Golden Woods, I got a new idea for another version of the Randomizer. And by I mean salty.
It's a god awful. I mean,
it's fantastic and really fun. Alright, Paradox is picking up his first Kanto badge in the Thunder badge.
And he'll probably just quickly check the.
I think he might check the lost item right now and go over to the east side of Kanto right after. Or is he? No, he's entering the Poké Center first. I was like, where's he biking? It's like Paradox.
He's going to the other Pokemon Club. The cooler. Beat Red until he can. Oh, he might forget right now that there's a cut bush there, but oh right.
it's probably fine. Without flying, without poking.
Calm down, Satan.
Could you imagine like making a quote-unquote low key item percent run in vanilla and just do like, okay, you're not allowed to get fly or bike and everything just sucks.
You just end up saving before you pick up a key item just to make sure
Paradox,
it's like...
Paradox just found out that this tree can indeed be cut. But not if you don't
tell.
have cut.
You could tell he was a little confused when he walked up to that tree. He was like, wait a second.
Wait a second, I can do that. Oh, I have an idea what he's thinking right now, because there's a key item locked behind Elite 4 progress, which is the SS ticket.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that could be cut.
So realistically, for Paradox aside, what key items are still left? We have the SS ticket from Elm after you beat Elite 4, the lost item in the fan club.
Yep. And I think that's actually it.
Did he pick up? He must have picked up the waterfall TM in Ice
He did
Path.
pick up the waterfall. Yeah, but wait, the SS ticket is Whirlpool, which is coincidentally one, and the Silver Wing is the Good Rod.
Oh, did they both not check the...
I mean, they don't need, so Snowbait does not need the Silver Wing, and Paradox cannot access it because it's behind cut.
Mm. Well, I meant no one checked the Good Rod, or...
Oh, the Good Rod is... the Good Rod was the Fly HM.
Oh, okay. Aptly timed, too, since that's right before Chuck.
Yeah, but they didn't have Surf at that point, so yeah. Maybe not.
Just fly over there, easy.
Just fly, you fool. Volcano badge acquired for Snow Bear.
I blinked and Snowbird got yet another badge.
I think that's actually the first key item rando that Paradox has done. So props to him.
Yeah, I would be lost. Not gonna lie. Because I'd forget stuff like, oh yeah, Buena gives you an item. Or, oh yeah, there's a lost item which is supposed to be for the train.
Yeah, Buena gives you an item is something that Paradox actually forgot a bit. because he thought that it only unlocks after doing the rocket shower sequence. But she had the squirt bottle, which was required to advance.
Also, shoutouts to Snowbear. I just noticed it says Randomizer key item. Single Pico's crossed out.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah, like, there's only single bingo layouts on there, so I was like, okay, I need to do this. Just real quick.
Oh, you're the... I like it.
Yeah, I'm the host, not Snowman, no.
Oh, right, because he's running.
Yeah,
That'd be
I
cheating.
mean, there is a possibility to run and host at the same time, it's just really wonky.
Oh, I just had an evil idea. With Koga's gym, we also randomized which trainer is the leader.
Oh, that is evil. Did you listen to the code?
So you still have to check all of them anyway.
Dude, imagine. Or just imagine in general having the gym leader randomized with the trainer that just like somewhere.
Somewhere in the overworld.
No, not
like,
in the overworld, I mean in the gym.
Oh.
I'm having that to do, yeah. Perfect. Imagine you go into Claire's gym and like the first trainer is Claire.
See, now I'm thinking, like, what if you just shuffle all the overworld trainers?
Mount Mortar gym, yeah, exactly. Imagine if you shuffle one of the gym leaders into Mount Mortar, like where the karate guy is.
So that none is the leader. You just beat all of them and you just get the badge.
Yep.
They're just like, we feel bad for you, here's the badge. Although the whole overworld thing wouldn't work. Imagine the first trainer is just red and you're like, oh no.
Oh shit. Oh, that's evil, I like it. I'll just shuffle the gym leaders around. Like you go into Faulkner's gym and then there's like, I don't know, Claire.
Alright, time to grind up in Sprout Tower for 2 hours.
Time to just die. Alright, Snowball, what are you doing? Next to Joey gives the Rising badge.
Oh yes, the Lego gym.
Dude, I have no idea. Okay, why did you use a hyper? I'm mad because he used an hyper push on 9 HP.
And that 9 HP is gonna come in clutch. Watch, he's gonna live on 1 HP. If he doesn't just totally blow him
I
up.
disapprove.
I always found it's so odd of the last 2 fights having such a weird level boost from the rest of the gym leaders.
I mean, the gym leaders, like blue is not too bad, but
Oh yeah, red. It's just
now the question is which lands? The lands in, like, imagine going. Yeah, could you imagine? Like, some of these could be have the potential to be really stupid. Some ideas.
yeah.
It's like next level badge randomization. You just get a random key. Congratulations, you beat Faulkner and you get a fucking clear battle.
Time to go up tower. But I believe... Oh wait, no, that was for a different game. But imagine every, like, entrance and exit is randomized.
Oh, so you mean...
So you leave...
So you mean Chaos Entrance Shuffle in Legend of Zelda, The Link to the Past?
Yeah. So I know Pokemon TCG has that, and it is very confusing.
Yep.
You leave your mom's house, you're just getting off the SSA, and you're like, wait a second, hold on.
Wait a second, what happened? I think there's like a lot more work needed for door random though.
Oh yeah. That would be very difficult. Especially like making sure the logic checks out, because there's a lot of rooms. A lot of doors. And anyone crazy enough to try that, God bless their souls, because that'd be so confusing.
That's something we need to force a certain someone to do.
For a low price of $1,000, I imagine. God, could you imagine just Uber key item? I'm just gonna call it like warp, like the doors. Just everything thrown in, just
chaos
pure
door.
randomizing.
Chaos
Yeah,
door.
chaos door.
Imagine like the Elite Four being hidden in like in some stupid house that no one really knows.
Or like the top floor of Tin Tower.
I think that's not how it works. I think you need to enter and exit stuff for that to make logical sense or to actually work. And because you don't enter a different house on top of Tin Tower, you literally just exit.
Yeah, it looks like both runners are now just going to be going through the Elite Four. Paradox already, I believe he's on Koga now?
He's on Bruno.
So, Paradox will then just check SSN and then have to figure out
Pokémon Crystals, Uber Key, Item, NPC, Badge, Door, Randomizer, Nuzlocke, and Knuckles. Dude, I love End Knuckles.
Yeah, that was the one thing that Crystal really lacked, was Knuckles.
And then Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Not gonna lie, sometimes I've done that occasionally because I'm just spamming and like not looking. I'm like, why isn't this thing dead? Oh, whoops.
Yeah, that's also something I like to do.
Because with fast text, it just goes so by fast that you're just like, oh, hold on, let me mark something. And it's like, oh, wait. I've been trying to shadow ball a Rattata.
I would never do that.
Yeah, so Paradox right now, he needs cut. So, right now, he cannot actually beat the game yet because he needs to find cut, which is the lost item, I believe.
It is the lost item indeed. But
so,
it actually makes sense to check where he's going right now first because it's more out of the way.
Yeah, so right now he is checking one of 2 or 3 possible items. So by beating the Elite Four, he's progressing through with the plot because you still have to do it to beat Red, and he'll check the SSN ticket that Elmo gives you after you beat the Elite Four. Which you said was the good rod?
It is the good rod indeed.
So, if Paradox wants to retire from his champion duties, he can start fishing.
Gone fishing.
Ooh, that was a parasol.
That does not sound good.
Alright. Will the last Pokemon troll him, or will he be able to just get through without having to die? Oh, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
Let's realize there's 2 Pikachus and then a Raichu along the Elite Four. Everyone's a big fan.
Alright, Paradox is done with the Elite Four, so he now can check the Legend of the Good Rod.
I imagine he'll be very disappointed.
Probably.
I like how Elm calls you from like 10 feet away. He could have just like walked out of his lap and like, hey. Oh, he never gave up.
No, wait, what? Why is it 816? How many?
Oh, cause... Wait. Huh. Oh no, it was Whirlpool. You said Good Rod was something else.
Yeah, right, Good Rod was Silverwing, right.
Alright.
We both confused each other, which is good. I was just thinking of that.
It is perfect. Our teamwork is...
Oh, he now remembers the last item, which is Cut. So now he's also in mode of goes. Basically, we're just watching. We're gonna watch Snowbear beat the thing.
Yeah, I completely forgot. Because you never give Elm the egg back.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't give you anything for it. So the cops just chill there, like, still file the report. Meanwhile, 2 hours later, you have a new champion. Yeah. 2 hours he's filing the report, and then you're already the champion.
Can't believe that someone's gonna be the champion of the world. I don't know.
Red's gonna have a T-Tar with Rock Slide. That would be very rude.
Yep. Or a Mewtwo with a Rock Slide. That's also rude.
Oh, yeah.
Or a Mewtwo with Good Rod. Alright, Paradox won the 100% collected key items. Because he got them all.
Curious if he just did that for the meme.
Where Snowbear is missing critical items such as the Whirlpool.
Yeah, so while Snowbear may be more posed to win this, assuming there's
more
no trolley
poised
battle.
to win this, you say? When he literally needs to, I think he has like 3 fights left.
Yeah.
Including the one he's in already.
But at least Paradox got the 100% category done.
Yeah, he won the all items.
Yeah. He won our hearts.
He won our hearts, indeed.
So now it looks like Paradox will just be doing his clean sweep of the gyms as well. And what he really needs is just Red to have like Mewtwo with Ice Beam to really slow down.
Blizzard, let's be more mean.
Well, yeah, Blizzard because he's an NPC, so obviously has 100% accuracy at that point.
Exactly. Speaking of accuracies, someone's getting heckled from a Meganium over there.
Oh no. Truly an amazing AI experience.
This is truly video game.
Reduce your accuracy and then commit boom.
Commit boom. Oh wait, Blizzard has 5 PP only. Yeah, Ice Beam. But the thing is, yeah, you need Ice Beam. Ice Beam is actually better.
Alright, let's throw on both. You stall the Blizzard, you're like, oh, I'm finally ready. Ice Beam crit. Freeze.
Oh yeah, just have both, exactly. It's even better than Rock Slide T-Tar.
Oh, we passed by Viridian Hedgemage.
Go get the Quick Claw.
It's okay, Red's Mewtwo would crit every time, ignoring it. Or somehow have Brick Break even though that's not in the game yet.
What? Can't Red is actually cheating.
So you see Snowbear handily defeating Lance and becoming the champion, and you'll very quickly just head over to Mount Silver, trek the cave, and hopefully not have a bad fight against Red.
Hopefully.
Even though we were memeing about it, it is quite frustrating sometimes if Red has just an awful thing you can't set up on.
Yep.
Because at level 55, you definitely need to use some X items to be able to punch through his team. Snowbear getting a call from Elm when he just really just wants to go. Oh, that sounds awful.
The lovely joy of... You have Flash, Snowbear. Please use it.
He's just testing his skills. But,
Snowbear, no.
we may also have sorry.
That sound hurts. Belly drum, quick attack, Earth Ring is weak. That sounds mean. That's a close to zero counterplay, too.
I mean, kill it if the move you're using can deal 50%, which is hard because it's level 80, but... But sometimes Red can be also very easy, as someone here has defeated him using a Natu. Level 60 Natu.
Magneton has potential to be a troll. Never mind, has quick attack, it's over.
Oh, yeah. Unless he's baiting him into a false sense of hope and then just slaps him ice out, no.
Wait, you made a Magneton once? That does not sound good. Or safe.
That's like being allergic to Earthquake.
Oh, it's a Roma, okay.
Oh, that makes me... Yeah, that's a lot better. Man, this Magneton really wants to go fast.
No, you're over. You're setting up too much.
He needs to go even further beyond. Alright, now he may actually tear a hole in space-time continuum with this bird. He's still going. He really wants to make sure that Red's team just blows up.
So how do you like Red's theme, by the way?
You know, it's pretty solid. He has Magneton.
Not team, theme. I mean, you can also talk about...
Oh, theme? Oh, yeah. I really enjoy it.
Speaking of bear...
Quick, Billy Jump, take the hit.
Aww.
But, yeah. Red's theme is probably one of my favorites in all Crystal.
Yeah. Shame you don't hear it as often.
Yeah, especially in Bingos.
In Bingos,
or, like, other races where you don't actually have to beat them as a clearing goal. Because like usually like you also still don't even go through Lance, who has the same thing, but
Yep.
at least it's not the fate that a bug catching theme has, where as soon as you go and you just get on your bike, so you can't even enjoy it.
Alright, and Snow Bear is done.
Done.
Winner. 10, I think. Whoa. Let's head over to the other call real quick because stuff. Alright.
Alright, GG.
GG.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I admit, this was
GG,
definitely the best
Snowbear.
time. I
Alright.
took a small, I took a big,
Wow.
I took a
GG.
big gamble and it paid
Congratulations.
off. Although,
Congratulations.
I admit, the biggest thing is I was worried about the main at the very
definitely the
beginning.
best time.
And right after I
took a
typed in to our chat, I hope there's a good main, I found the Zapdos.
Oh, you got a Zapdos. Oh,
Yeah, I was on Route 30. I got
my
lucky.
Charizard kept exploding.
Wait, what happened? It kept exploding?
My Charizard.
Oof. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this was huge. Although, I expected a lot more of a meme seed for fighting, because he was like, oh, this is going to be a meme seed, totally meme. I'm like...
Oh, it was. I have every
Wow.
item checked off right
Yep.
now.
You might have won in
Let
the
me guess,
time
was
department.
Flash Basement?
Wait, you have Flash?
I
Yeah,
don't.
Flash.
No, wait, no, you don't. Flash is.
I don't have Flash. I never got Flash.
Flash is Waterfall.
Ah. I had a feeling it was either Waterfall or Basement. But at that point, I was in go mode.
Basement was the clear bell.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that was... Wow.
Yeah, it was a thing.
That was definitely a thing.
I totally showed up on time.
Awesome.
You totally did.
That's okay.
Because
fine.
I totally remembered that it was at 10 and not 12. And I'm like, wait a second, hold on.
Yeah, so where did you find your Charizard? Out of curiosity.
Floor 2 of Sprout.
Ah. So, I admit, when I first did, I ran into a Ponyta, I considered it, I was like, when does it evolve again? And I saw it evolved at 40, I'm like, oh no, 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 because you have to be a lot more picky with your mains, with this, the key
Yeah.
item rando, because you're carrying it the entire time, and you're going to be under-leveled for pretty much the entire place.
Alright,
I mean,
Snowbear.
I'm not.
Sorry. Snowbear, question from chat. Thoughts on running Zapdos after yesterday?
You know, it's really nice. I to be honest, when I found the Thunder TM, I was like, oh, hot dog. I don't like using Thunder. I really don't. I hit a lot more with Zap Cannon. I'm surprised I didn't miss his Thunder that much. I was like, oh.
Yeah, Zap Cannon.
Yeah, I checked the TMs. They were all garbage. Although I bought the special defense drop one, which was 41.
Yeah,
It would be
Shadow
either
Ball.
Crunch or it would be Crunch or Psychic.
Could have also been Psychic
I
or
totally forgot Shadow Ball reduces special defense, even though it's a physical move.
What did the Zapdos have?
It started with Double Edge, Headbutt, Flail, and Solar Beam. It learned Gust, and then I taught it Thunder, because that was the TM in the basement. I think that was the TM in the basement.
Yeah.
And then once I picked up Strength, I taught it over Double Edge, and then I kind of ran until I got Surf. I had Gust the entire time, and it paid off a lot more than I thought. I figured someone would have given me some complain that I taught Gust over Headbutt so early on.
it was really disgusting, yeah.
It paid off huge. 40 PP for that kind of thing.
I mean,
I'll be honest, the Zapdos was a lot better than the Ho-Oh I ran earlier.
You shut up about Ho-Oh. It was a monster.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, okay, what? I got scared. Bugsy's gym scared the bejeebus out of me. It was like there was so much.
There were so many
like the
Ho-Ohs.
Mewtwo's, Ho-Ohs, Lugias.
Come one, come all.
I was scared. Although
I don't get
I
it.
was laughing. I encountered the roaming Miltank.
Yep.
I just killed it for experience. I was just
I was like,
okay.
he's gonna use it as a buddy, and it's dead.
Well, I saw its move. I thought about catching it, then I saw its moves. I was like, not worth it.
Strength? Shadow Ball? It could have.
So
I mean,
what? Thunder Zapdos.
yeah, it could have. I mean, it could have made for a good buddy, just in case you needed to go to Kanto early and do the badges over there. But
I mean, at that point,
it worked out the other way. So yeah.
I mean, by the time you're around level 30, you're mostly okay. Although I was kicking myself. I was so glad I went through Rock Tunnel in the dark. I pulled up a map for that one actually, and Silver Cave.
Yep.
I was like, I'm gonna do this because Paradoxes would never try it, and it paid off huge because the lost item was cut.
Yep.
The guy in the Vermilion who gives you the lost item was
Yeah.
cut, so I was immediately in go mode.
That was the last item I
Oh,
got.
God.
No, I know Old Rod was because I'm like I have everything else. I might as well grab Old Rod.
Wait, did you pick up the SS ticket?
Yes.
Item?
Yeah.
Or like from Elm?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was that Whirlpool?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Silverwing was Old Rod.
I didn't pick up the Silver Wing.
I
That
did
must have
because
been
I
the-
might as well.
That must have been the Super Rod, the Good Rod actually, because Super
Yeah,
Rod was
Good
Super
Rod.
Rod.
No, Super Rod was at
Super
Scale.
Rod.
no
No, Superrod was a
machine part.
machine part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Super Rod
okay.
was
I
machine
thought
part.
I don't remember what I got from the Super Rod guy though.
The Super Rod guy gave him the machine part.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It was right. Yeah, right. That was a huge thing because I was like, I'm gonna just turn around.
I unfortunately forgot that you could get Buena's item the first time.
Oof.
Yeah.
Were you able to get it after tricking rockets?
I mean, I had to get it before because it was required.
I took my
That was the SS ticket, wasn't
I
it?
took my restreamer powers and told him to check it again.
It was the squirt bottle.
Oh, that's right. That was what it was. A squirt bottle. Yeah. Forgot.
Yeah, so I grabbed everything up to that point. I'm like, I have 0 progression. What do?
I feel like I got like all the progression. I was just like, I felt like it was all dropping in my lap. I got worried though with that basement key we got from initially.
Oh yeah, I went and did that before Buena. I went and fought Rival 4.
Yep. He fought Rival
Oh.
4 with the level 24 Charizard and won.
Wow. Huh. So where are you at the moment? Because obviously,
I'm in Saffron.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just on badge run now.
Yeah, it's 2
Yeah.
badges and then red. And he's done.
Okay. Yes. I was actually glad I didn't try to do some of the stronger badges. I thought I was gonna lose so much time for turning in the machine part, but I figured I'd check whatever the item
Well,
was and it paid off for
apparently
me
don't
massively. So
remember
I
this.
but I still wasted time doing the hedge maze before Chuck's gym.
Now go down.
Not the hedge maze, sorry, the Nugget 5 people. The Nuggy Bridge people.
Yeah.
Or it's not really bridge, it's Nuggy Hedge Maze, but
Nuggy thing.
Yeah, as soon as I got Surf, I went and did Chuck because I'm like, I want Fly now.
Yep.
yeah.
I
agree.
actually agreed with that stance personally a bit more, but
It was a
Right.
very runaround seed.
yep.
It seemed like. Yeah, because I didn't pick up Flash and ever, so.
You also
Yeah, I
hit
figured I'd
go
pick
mode.
up the 2 items on Chuck's place, because that could have been where it was. I figured it was either there in there or basement or potentially waterfall by the time, but I figured I didn't want to go out of my way for the waterfall item. And
Yeah,
there was no way I was going to the basement unless I was forced to do it.
I mean, you hit go mode at the like 1 hour 10 mark. You hit it.
Yeah, it
super
was like
early.
I thought I was going by that. I kept forgetting didn't have cut, but yeah, I was just like, oh my god. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, because I
got
tried
really
to get the lost item the first time through. I'm like, oh, it must still be bugged.
Oh.
And then
Oh,
after
no.
doing the Elite Four, I'm like, oh, that is literally my only option.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, I was definitely telling myself, and like when I went and checked the Mr. Psychic, I couldn't help think about that first time when we were trying with TM's randomized back when it was still broken. I
That
could see
was
the
good.
future.
I love it.
That was one of the best things. Yeah. No, I was really good. This is a PB for me, actually. I only hit one optional, too. Swimming from Cinnabar to Fuchsia.
I hit a few optionals, unfortunately. And I messed up the boulders and ice path.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't. I tend to do that so very often. Why does it say like I missed 3 items, or there's 3 items on my tracker, but I thought I didn't. Oh,
There's
I know why.
actually
It's because
4.
I marked that I picked up the Silverwing, but I never did actually, so that's why. The Silverwing guy.
Exactly.
Wow.
Alright, that's blue down.
Oh wow, yeah, thank you so much for this race. This was actually a lot of fun.
It was.
Yeah, it was fun to watch.
Yeah, you hit
I got
dot
really
done when
lucky.
I
Like,
had 3
picked the
badges left.
artillery, and I was thinking about forcing it, but then I was like, you know, I might as well. I was thinking about forcing the artillery.
I was
First
like,
picked the-
dude, I saw that moveset and was like, please don't force that.
I was like, no, I mean, I was begging for anything. I saw it hit boom, I'm like, oh my god. Because it almost murdered me. It almost murdered my Drowsy. So I picked that one up.
Oh, I started with the Tentacool.
Yeah, I started with the Drowsy because I was like, I'd rather give the Pichu the
Hey,
rival.
Snowbear, you wanna have good news? The Octillery would have learned as only good move, Fire Blast.
Oh boy. I mean, this paid off, definitely. I mean, I definitely would love to do more races, but my favorite thing definitely is the randomized badges. That's what punishes so much. I know
Yeah.
there's a bunch of changes that we're gonna be doing.
Oh.
I think I've been talking with the developer, Golden Rules. I think he's still in the chat, hopefully. But he's been a huge help, and you know, he developed the website tracker. Stormrider developed the Evo tracker, which I've been using religiously, and that's what our tracker did. And they've been both really good about everything. It's been amazing. And then Septrox has got a little guide he's been working on, which is, I think, really nice as well, because hopefully I'd love more people to get excited about this, because this is a little bit different than, you know, one of those races to red. It's a little more of a glorified race to red with a puzzle solving
Alright, wish
part
me
to
luck.
it.
You shouldn't have many issues with Red.
Wait, with which one?
Red.
With red.
Uh,
You know, besides the 20 level difference.
I mean, the only thing I saw from the Magna, the leader Magneton, was quick attack. So,
The Magneton lived EQ.
did you set up on it?
Oh god, no.
He
I saw
lived on
Magneton. Yeah, it lived on 1. Oh.
I would set up on the red, because I don't know how scary the rest of red is, but there was a bear there. He had a bear,
There's a
level
bear.
77 bear.
Can't wait for the bear to throw rocks.
Wait,
It
what
throws
is that?
1 rock, I explode.
Oh, that's why I was like, oh my god.
Do. Every time you do that, I think you're like trying to call a cat over. That's what it reminds me.
There was a Raikou? Where was that Raikou? That
It
thing
sadly was
amazing.
nowhere early, but I just looked at it because I was like, it has crunch, so maybe there's another. Oh my god, that's good news.
I got scared seeing it because it was pretty good. Although I couldn't. I was laughing because I saw a little bear and I was tempted just to catch it just for the memes.
So the only way to get a rake in this round, to get a Raker with Thunderbolt, was to get one from Headbutt, and I have no fucking idea which tree it is.
Well, I tried headbutting one Pokemon and I saw, what was it? I think like an Oddish, or it was an Eevee. I headbutted an Eevee with the Zapdos, and it took forever. I'm like, there's got to be a headbutt tree something. So I think headbutt tree set 6 is the early routes, and then I think 7 is the special one. If you hit the special tree on it, or one of them.
Catch-all Yacht was defeated.
Nice.
Nice.
You have yeeted his yacht.
246.
GG, yeah, it's still a really good time. I definitely want to shout out to all the guys who've been racing with me as well, like Septras, Bakura, Arrow, all the guys there. And thank you guys all for watching, and thank you for the race, Paradox, and thank you, Fine and Salty, for commentating this.
Yeah.
I'll have to definitely watch this afterwards.
I would show the calendar for Randomizer, but it has nothing, literally nothing on it.
Oh, that's
After
okay.
So I'm not gonna show it.
I think we'll have a normal weekly Dinko Bingo randomate on probably next week, and then we'll see from there. Thank you.
Alright, thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.
Is there any shout-outs we want to, like, any upcoming events you want to shout out that
I can shout out one thing because we were talking about Single Bingos earlier. There is
Kiza's thing?
Yeah, Kiza's thing. So there is a Single Bingo exhibition on the Games Done Quick channel at
In just over an hour.
In just over an hour, okay.
Yeah, it should be at 2 o'clock.
Oh,
should
perfect.
be at 2 o'clock, okay.
Then.
So then.
Alright.
And yeah. If you like Cinco Bingos, watch that. If you like randomizers, watch randomizers. And yeah,
If you do,
have a nice day.
I think exclamation mark Crystal. There's a link to the Discord as well. If you like key item randos, stay tuned. Hopefully we'll get more of those going.
Yep. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.